Hi everybody, it's me. It's sort of early on Saturday. I'm at Angel Heart. I'm going to do part of this video and stop. I have a guest, as I told you, who's going to talk via my other phone and tell you guys about past life. I rarely find a past life person. I thought she was really good. And I think a lot of people who come to me ask about past lives. Sometimes I pick up past lives. It just comes to me, but it's not my professional. I have a hard time with asking what was this person's past life. I don't know why. And maybe I'll get a picture, maybe I won't, but that's not my forte. She does it, I think she does it astrologically and psychically. So we'll talk to her. Yesterday was a weird day. First of all, I got this email from someone who watches my YouTubes and said that pronunciation is very important and that I need to correctly pronounce people's names. Well, I guess instead of Mueller, it's Muller, and Beto is Beto. And I guess I was butchering the names. I suggested she not watch me because I'm your Archie Bunker of the psychic world. As I told my friend, he would say, instead of entrepreneur, he said entrepreneur. And that's me. I had a speech impediment when I was young, tongue-tied, so to speak. And they put me in a special class to help me. But it might have brought up some of that unworthiness feeling. I don't know, because I just sort of told her, look, this isn't a paid gig. I'm not a professional reporter. I suggest you don't watch me. And that might have been a little bit tough, but it's like, but if it does bother you, don't. If I'm sorry, I want to apologize. Robert Mueller or Mueller, if you're upset, call me. And Beto is Beto. Anyway, my grandmother's name was Eula, and I couldn't pronounce it. I said Lalu, and that was her name till she died, Lalu. So, anyway, I'm sorry if y'all are upset, but that's who I am, unfortunately, sometimes. But I've definitely gotten better. When I worked in the hospital, we always called the doctors like Dr. J, Dr. W, Dr. this or that. So it was easy. And then, I may not be good at pronunciation, but I could deliver your baby. I could be part of the team that saves your life, always with my eye on the clock when the next sodium bicarb is and epinephrine. So I have some talents in certain things. And that's totally ego-based, what I'm telling you. Okay, and then I got this upset client who was here yesterday. I had read her before. And I guess I predicted this person and the exact occupation the person had. And she came back in and I was looking, but this is what I do sometimes. I'm not talking about going to Safeway grabbing this at the store, I don't talk about myself. I was telling her about another person. This happens a lot. Sometimes I'll read and I'll see something or a person. I can see him as clear as day, like I did with this girl. Not this girl that came in, but the girl earlier. And I say this, and then she meets the person. Verbatim, it's exactly what I said. And then that person didn't work out. So then I read this other person again, and I saw someone else. And then that person didn't work out. So, you can imagine, fortunately she was local. This other girl had to travel quite a ways. And I went out to see her. I said, hey, what's the deal? Did you meet? No. And at that moment, and I'm not usually good with times, you guys. Most psychics can't guarantee. At that moment, I saw her mate coming. I mean, he was standing right next to her. So I said, he's on his way, girlfriend. And I'm sure she thought, yeah, right. Well, in 2 weeks' time, she met somebody who used to be his classmate of her brother. And ta-da, this is the one. He's beautiful. Everything I predicted came true as far as how she would feel. When I do readings, it's more about feeling and happiness. But this person wrote me and said, I just want you to know, I was very upset, very depressed with the reading. You talk too much about yourself, and I didn't. And when I pay money, I expect you to concentrate on me, like I'm a hooker or something. And I was like, okay, well, I apologized. I offered her money back. But it wasn't talking about me. It was trying to tell her, listen, sometimes I'll get it. I'll see the next person. Some of you psychics out there might know what I'm talking about, but that person isn't the one. But the end result usually comes out. And I've had people come in saying, Linda, 2 years passed and I thought you were full of it. But the end result was everything I said came true, but it took 3 years or whatever. So, yeah, I was like getting hit. Like, whoa, okay. So if I wanted to lay in my ego, well, I would have been real upset. But I gave it to God. And, the deal with me in the readings, and like I said, I may not do psychic readings much longer because the psychic part, although sometimes I'm so dead on, it's scary. But it's not really me, it's them. The psychic part is cool, but the better part for me is reading the other side. And sometimes if we ask your deceased auntie or your brother or something, questions that the love they show, it's fantastic. And I'm all about being present, Eckhart Tolle. And I realized that a lot of reasons we love animals so much is because they're always present. We like that energy. They're just happy to be there in that moment. And if you can practice that at all, and just practice that. And I find myself talking till I'm blue in the face because a lot of people just really can't put that sword down. That's very hard for them. It's just very hard for them. Because actually, if you're present, if you're connected to the kingdom of heaven within, you really don't need a psychic. All these things will come to you. Hey, I went to see my dear friend who died before graduation of leukemia. Her name was Terry. And I was in my hometown for something else, and I thought in the morning, well, let me go by and give my respects to Terry, even though it's like Jesus says to Mary when she was heading towards his tomb. They always say this to me. Why do you look for, like when I do ghost stuff and all that, why do you look for death among the living? Why do you look for the dead among the living? Because there's no such thing as death. But anyway. So I go over and I know the general spot of where she's located. And I kind of says to her, because she used to come to me and sweet, sweet smell. That's how I knew she was there. But I would be afraid. I didn't want to deal with it. But so I says to her, hey, Terry, I know you're someplace around here. Show me where you are, hoping I'd get a hit, Check this out, you guys. I heard a man's voice as clear as day saying she has ascended. It wasn't her, it was a man. She has ascended. That's the words. I kind of got the chills. It was so profound. So I almost could sense this bright light, you know, because basically she's got nothing to do with earthly realm. And then I also kind of sensed that like maybe there was a parent with her, or the only reason she came back here was to help that parent. And when I found her gravesite, her father was buried right next to her. Maybe it was her dad just telling me she's ascended, she's not here. So anyway, that was kind of cool. Okay, you guys, so again, I'm going to have 2 parts to this. I don't know if I'll do 2 videos or continue with this one. We'll see how much time I use. I already used up 9 minutes. You don't want the videos too long. You know, people are already yawning. I wish she would quit talking about herself. Anyway, I love you guys. I have met the most freaking fantastic people. It will be hard not to do readings anymore because that energy from you guys, you give me so much, that the absolute joy that I feel. Sometimes I get off the phone and I'm high. You know, one client wrote, she says, I just had a reading with Linda and I was high as a kite. And that's the same feeling. Do you know what I'm saying? That connection. It's not about when will I get that next job or whatever. You got to approach it in a place of well-being. You have to approach it in a place of being present, because that's the kingdom within. And a lot of people have a hard time. They can't stop their mind. So, and it doesn't take any kind of you know, Christ was not Christ was not a educated man, you know, but boy, when he was connected, he could heal too. So, okay, let's talk about, because the news has been going on. I didn't catch much last night. Oh, God, something's getting ready to happen to Donald Trump. What do you guys want me to talk? I keep getting Nixon. Nixon keeps popping in. He's like shaking his head. Like it's gonna be years, you guys. Years of stuff going on. We're kind of numb to it already, you know. This man is so. He just wrote on Twitter that ta-da, this proves that the president is not. Always talks about himself in the third person. It's really sad because it feels like he's a fake and he knows it. And he keeps waiting for himself to get found out. So, okay. Something's getting ready to happen. Besides this. What are we looking at next week between Donald Trump and Mueller? Donald Trump and Mueller. Donald Trump and Mueller. Let's look, you guys. Someone else around him is getting ready to get hit. Thank you. So, the light will be shown. The light, the brightness of the light will be going in between all the creases in the darkness. So, actually, people are kind of excited because even though it looks bad for them, it's good news for us. Justice will finally be served. And look who showed up again, you guys. The Queen of Pentacles. She always shows something to do, and there's some mystery, some stuff that's not quite out there. Okay? There's some stuff that's not quite out there. So we still don't have the whole picture. it's almost like I'm getting 7 more things, 7 hits of things like, oh my God, he did that. He did that. Justice will be served. And this is all, it's, I got to tell you guys, I've told you this before. I remember I saw people coming into that White House just scrubbing the floors, cleaning it out. That meant, you know, energetically. So they're coming in to take care of business. And it's getting ready to happen by the time that new Congress, you know, he's talking away. Now, listen, I heard something on MSNBC, and they said that Nixon's had a following, and that everybody, you know, the Saturday Night Massacre and everything, nobody really cared until the tapes came out. And then it was like, ooh, yeah, I guess he's no good. I think he has to go. And that's what I'm feeling now. I'm feeling like something's coming out, something really significant. I even feel it might be on tape because I'm wondering if Flynn went in with a wire. But I'm feeling like evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, and boom. Yeah, he's bouncing off the walls. His daughter's scared too. It's really sad because, you know, he raised those kids to be like that. He raised them to think they were better than other people. And how's that working for him? But I wanted to ask about Pence because I'm hearing rumors, but you know, rumors are rumors. Tell me about Pence. Is he getting ready to be hit? Tell me about Pence. Tell me about Pence. What's going on? He's so wrapped up so tight. There's just something about him, you know, I couldn't hang with him. He's not somebody you could hang with. He doesn't feel comfortable. I'm sure he's very polite and very nice to people. It was great when George H.W. funeral, everybody coming together. Except Hillary kept looking straight ahead. Can you imagine? She's squirt. Hello. She must hate Trump. The way he handed off his jacket. He probably said, did you see him talking? He probably said, bring me a McDonald's hamburger and a Diet Coke. What can I tell everybody about Pence? Ooh, psychic flash. I just saw Pence in court and before Congress. I see Don Jr. and Eric. Oh, Trump is yelling. He's yelling and his face is beet red. Tell me, okay, let's get Trump. I just saw it. When I get these flashes and the heebie-jeebies, you can take it to the bank. Now, Pence is in trouble, but not as in trouble as the rest of the gang is. There's something to do with monies or monies collected. And it doesn't feel like years in jail or anything. Is he removed from office? I almost feeling he'll be removed. So let's ask the major question, okay? Something to do, God, a lot of this has to do with money with Pence. Can you tell me, is he... I wanted to see if Pence will... Well, let's ask this. Let's ask if Nancy Pelosi will be a temporary vice president. I mean, temporary president. Nancy. What is her role? I'm seeing him having to go, though. Everything's just, it might even be right when it's time for somebody else to run and some other Republican comes in. Can you tell me? He's not going to. I don't feel Trump's going to run. I see the Republicans shaking him loose, like, oh no, he's trouble. We can't have him. And I feel like a lot of court hearings, like he's always having to deal with court hearings. I told you he's going to lose everything. And I saw the Trump sign being ripped in half. So whatever he had, he will not have anymore. So tell me about Nancy Pelosi. Because if we look at her, I'm sure we can figure out. She's a little in her head, you guys. She's been cut down. And she's a good fighter. She fights back, but she's a little in her head. Will they offer it to her? They're all upset. They'd rather offer it. It'd be like Hillary. She may be the queen, you guys. Justice is coming. And in that justice, oh, well, hello. The yes card showed. So it's not that she's going to run for president and win. She may have to take over. There's so much chaos before 2020. There's going to be a lot. I see people in the streets. I see a lot of people that are pro-Trump in the streets. It's like, get them out, get them out, get them out now. Chanting is going on. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to stop this. It's 20 minutes, so I'll go ahead and post this. Then I'm going to come back on and give you a little talk about our other friend that's coming on. Okay, bye.